they were taken out at the time.
Yeah, they were taken out.
How about the bureaus?
They're in the other room, I believe. I haven't been there since Safe Pro went in there. But I believe the bureau drawers are in the storage area.
Okay. So what you took out on that data loss was basically just the long table and the futon and TV. I mean, you took those out because they weren't damaged.
I took lamps.
Lamps, okay.
And, some personal items. Yep. My clothes and some clothes I was using to just operate here. Okay. I didn't want them to get all musty. My towels, all my bathroom stuff. Some of the kitchen stuff, but not too much. I had food down there. I emptied the fridge.
And the last time somebody was there Nelson was there sometime in January, you think, or you're not sure?
No. Oh, you mean before the loss?
Before the loss,
yeah. Yeah, I'm pretty sure he was in January.
Now, where does he stay if he's not at the cottage locally?
Well, right now, when he came the last time, he stayed with my sister. I think he's come twice since the loss.
Okay, he stayed with your sister. Okay, so you guys went in there, you moved. Now, where did this furniture all go?
To my house. I'm selling my home in Massachusetts.
Okay.
So I had a studio in my house, so I decided to use the furniture to stage one of my rooms that I'm selling as a bedroom.
And you transported it up?
Yeah.
All this stuff?
I had to throw away the bedspread.
In this truck?
Yes.
All fit?
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Look at it.
Yeah, I know. It's a big truck.
Okay. Matter of fact, all this stuff is going into the garage apartment.
Because I guess when Surf Pro went in there, they only found the wicker furniture and nothing else. That's why.
Oh, they came in after I was there.
Right. But that's why I'm asking you what you actually took out.
Oh, yeah.
So we could pin that.
Well, my little side tables are still down there.
Okay. They said they just saw the. I'm just going.
Just
on
the
what
bureau drawers?
No, they just saw the wicker furniture set up in the living room.
Oh, I can show. I'm pretty sure the bureau drawers there's a little room off the big room.
Okay, maybe they didn't.
And that's where it all is.
Okay.
Because that room was dry.
Now, who called the plumber? You or Ellen?
Ellie.
Okay. And she called her that day?
Yeah.
Were there any calls prior to that to the plumber about any water issues?
No.
Okay. Because he mentioned something he was called 2 weeks prior.
Oh, that was the heater. The space heater in there?
He was
the thermostat wasn't working.
So he was...
Oh, or he had to go over and install the thermostat. My brother had gone down there sometime in January, I believe, and found that the thermostat wasn't working very well. So then Gary went down. He ordered the part, and then Gary got the part from Ellie and went down and set it up.
Okay, and so when were these photos actually taken, though? I mean, it didn't happen in January, that's for sure.
Oh, no.
When were these taken?
Right when Lisa was leaving.
So this was back in April or May of 2012? Yeah. Okay. And again, not to be redundant, but I got to make sure I understand all this furniture that at least you see in this pictures were there on the data loss?
No.
All right. I'm a little confused. What was there on the data loss that?
The bed.
The bed?
Yeah, the TV was gone. The drapes were there.
Yeah.
The table that the TV is on.
Was there. The bureau?
Yeah. That's still there.
I guess, I don't know.
That's the space heater.
There's your dehumidifier.
Yeah, that's still there, which, by the way, Surf Pro removed. I don't know why.
Lamp?
That's gone.
That was gone at the data loss? Or?
That was there, but it's gone now.
No, right.
That's really gone.
Well, basically, how about the picture?
The picture's still there.
Okay, so basically everything in these photographs were there on the data loss?
Well, basically, yeah.
Okay, what?
The bed, like I told you, the bed frame.
Yeah, okay. Again, I have to explain this to other people, and they're going to ask me the same question.
No problem.
And then I have to have an answer. Yep, okay. And the rugs were thrown away, correct?
They're still down there, but they're destroyed.
Okay, and they're still there, okay. And any damage, any furniture damaged?
No.
Okay. It was not damaged. How much water was there on the floor?
A couple inches.
Okay.
I mean, we got it out of there quick enough so that, I could just dry the legs off of my table and my bed, and I'm using it. But I didn't, like I said, the bedspread, it was on the ground, so that got ruined and thrown away.
And the water was leaking from where? Did you notice?
A pipe behind the hot water heater. It was dark. The minute we turned off the power, the water stopped running.
Any signs of it leaking prior to this?
No.
Okay. Now, I showed this to Ellen. I just got to show it to you. You see this one picture of your tanks here?
Mm-hmm.
There's a water line here. There's an old water line there. Was there any prior water issues in that area?
No, actually, that was where the water was coming out from behind there.
Right,
so that might have been caused. The pipe was up in the air,
no,
and it might have pushed it down
This
there.
is basically what this indicates. At one time in the...
You don't see it over there, though.
Yeah, but sometimes they show up, sometimes, but that's pretty much of an indication of a water line. All right, whatever.
Well, we've never had water problems down there.
That's the right answer.
Yeah, we've never had.
Okay.
Yeah.
And as far as you see the walls here. Sorry.
Yeah, that was those dark areas are what we found when we went down there.
Okay, and here, same thing.
Same thing, yeah.
Yep, and all this here.
Oh wow, they took the walls out.
Yeah,
huh?
You can see all that.
Yeah.
And this here.
What the hell is
that's
that?
behind the door.
Wow.
Okay.
See, I haven't been down there.
Okay.
Oh, and they when they did this, they broke the thermostat again.
Okay.
So we had it fixed.
Anyways, what that indicates is mold and mildew and staining.
God.
But it indicates old water damage.
Why old?
Because if you have a leak in January with the weather the way it was, it doesn't do this. It just doesn't create this sort of a situation.
It wicks up there. Look, see, it wicked up there.
Right, but this is old damage. It's not new.
Well, I didn't know. I had no idea. I lived there for 6 months and didn't smell any mold.
Okay, now, and maybe not, but your
I'm
sister,
very allergic to mold.
Your sister, Ellen, said there was leaking in the house from the gutters or something? You recall?
I don't know anything about that. You see, my parents owned that place since 1950s. Okay. And they rented it as well. So if there had been water damage in the past, we wouldn't know about it.
Well, you may not see it behind the walls.
Right,
either.
right.
But I mean,
Lisa lived there, and then I moved right in, and I didn't notice anything.
You don't know where Lisa is now, do you?
No, I don't. She got married, I think.
Okay, so then, to your knowledge, there was no prior water damage problems at the cottage?
No, to my knowledge, there wasn't.
All right, that's about it for now. Can you let Nelson know he needs to send me his contact?
He's in California.
Okay.
So next time he comes, I'll tell him to give you a call.
Yeah, or
ahead of time so you can make an appointment.
Yes, that would be great at his convenience.
Yeah.
Okay, and then you stated something about additional issues over at the property. The water at the cottage controls the water here?
Yeah. We have a pipe that runs from the cottage up to here, and we use the water from the well down there.
For the driving range?
Yeah.
Okay. And somebody clogged something
Open the valve down there. It's outside the garage. I keep the valve closed because, of course, if the water freezes in the pipe coming up here, I'm screwed.
No lock on it or anything down there?
No, there doesn't need to be. It's been like that for years.
Okay, I'm just asking.
But I open a corner valve up here just to let the water escape when I leave in the winter.
Yep.
And oh my God, we got customers. All kinds, And one of my guys came up here a couple days prior to me writing that email and said, "Hey Jules, that pipe is disconnected. There's a sock in there or some kind of rag stuck in there. What's that for? I just want to make sure that's what you wanted." And I said, "Oh yeah, that's to just keep the water is allowed to release if something happens, like freezing or something. And the rag is there to keep any dirt from getting in the pipe."
Oh, okay. So you put the sock in.
Yeah. And then 2 days later, another guy who came to work on the fence called me up and said, "There's water gushing out of that thing into the field."
So somebody turned it on at the cottage.
So I called the other guy, Jack, who had seen it a couple days ago, and told him where the shutoff valve was, and he went down there and shut it off for me.
Who's this? He's an employee, Jack?
He's my, yeah, he's an employee.
Is it, how many employees do you have?
Two.
Can I get their names?
No.
No? Okay.
What's that related to?
Well,
you want to verify it?
Well, yeah, if it comes down to that, yes, of course.
Well, call me if you need his number. He's a very private man. I don't want to give it out.
What's the first name of the other employee?
Susan.
So Susan and Jack, and okay, we're not going to get last names. All right. Yeah, we may require that, but okay. We'll go if we need to. We'll go.
Actually, Jack didn't work for me, but a little bit last year. But he's going to be working for me this year, and he lives nearby, so I will use him when I'm not around.
Okay, and Susan too.
Susan too, same.
How long has she worked for you?
Oh, she works a few hours here, a few hours there for the last year.
I mean, they'd be able to verify too when and when not the cottage was occupied.
Oh yeah,
too.
Susan has had a couple conversations with my brother when he was up here.
Okay, so you see how important that is. Okay.
Well, I don't want to get her involved unless these are private people, so if they don't have to get involved, I don't want to get them involved. Okay. Otherwise, I'd like to be here when you talk to them.
Well, you can talk to them way ahead. Whatever. We'll discuss.
I have a really good relationship with them. I don't want to lose their trust or the fact that I'm being investigated by you is kind of a.
We're not investigating. We're investigating the loss.
Well, whatever the hell you're doing, we're waiting for the loss, and it's inconveniencing us. And it seems to me like you're saying there wasn't a loss, or that we weren't living there, or whatever is going on.
We're trying to prove it. We're trying to prove that there.
I didn't have to do that in any other losses I've ever had.
Okay.
So it just seems very unusual to me.
All right. You could probably warn them. We're going to require to talk to them.
All right, that'd be better than just coming out of the blue like that.
Okay, so let them. They can contact me then, because I'm going to need to talk to both of them.
They will be here working.
Okay, I mean, we'll set up a date and a time that I can come talk to them then.
All right.
All righty. Anything else you'd like to say?
No.
Okay. That concludes the recorded. Have you understood all my questions?
Yeah.
Okay, that concludes.
Have you understood all my issues?
That concludes the recorded portion of the statement. Okay. Alrighty. Yeah, we'll set something up with those two, and then Norman. I mean Nelson.
Norman.
I don't know why I keep calling him Norman.